In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to recover deleted files. Now, we're talking about deleted files that you may have accidentally deleted or emptied the recycle bin, or you reformatted a hard drive or a thumb drive or an SD card, and now you want to get those files back. So the way that's done is you got to use some type of software to recover the data. There's software that can actually look in your computer differently than you can, say, in Windows Explorer, and it can actually dig and find those files for you. One of the keys to recovering files is you need to do it as soon as possible, because the more time goes by, the less likely those files are going to be available to be recovered. So if you're getting into weeks and months, you're going to be installing new software, uninstalling software. You're going to be adding files, deleting files, and the more of that activity that goes on, the more likely that those files are going to be overwritten and will not be able to be recovered. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to the link below this video and go ahead and download the software. You can see it on my screen, and what it is it's a free download, and what the free download is going to allow you to do is go ahead and scan those areas of your computer that you want to scan to determine if the files can be recovered. And there's no cost to do that at all. So you want to make sure that the files are actually there. So the other reason I like this software is because there are some free versions of software out there. A lot of times they require for you to install a toolbar, or they may install some type of adware or things like that. And I prefer just to work with companies that are more reputable. The Pareto Logic that does this software is a Microsoft partner, as you can see on this page, and they're also accredited by the Better Business Bureau. So I feel comfortable working with them, and I've used the software, and the software works great. And that's the bottom line. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and download and install the software, and then I'll walk you through how I use it. Software. You go ahead and launch it, and this is what you'll see. This is the first page, and you'll notice over here on the left that there's some tabs. There's one that says scan. There's one that's advanced. One that's email. We're going to be concerned with the scan or the advanced tabs. Email is only if you're trying to locate an email file. So in this case, if you're doing an entire drive, you can just do the quick scan. I'm sorry, not the entire drive, but actually the entire computer, and it'll scan everything and give you a list of all the files. Does say quick scan, but it does take about, depending on the size of the file. I mean, when I've run it, it's take maybe 10 or 15 minutes. I like to use the advanced tab here, so let's click on that, because you can be a little bit more specific about where you want to find the files. So in this case, you could search for a specific file name here if you just want to look for one file that you're missing. And then areas to scan. What I do is it'll scan as deep as you want it to go, basically. And when these are all checked, it means you're going to do a really deep scan. So I typically, on my first scan, is I unselect all these except for a recycle bin. It just allows the scan to run quicker, and a lot of times the file's there anyway. So if you run a scan this way and you don't see the file that you're looking for, you can go back and run this, but then you'll have to just kind of go do something else for a while it runs the scan, because it takes a while. And then in the bottom part here where it says mounted volume, shows all your drives and all the different drives that you can use. So depending on what you want to do, like in this case, we're just going to go ahead and run it. Okay, we're just going to do it on this L drive here. So we're not going to do any of these other drives, so I've unchecked those. And then just hit start scan. Okay, and it'll show you, I guess I did have that other drive checked, but that's fine. In this case, what we're seeing is on that L drive, it groups them by images, documents, or whatever. So you can do, by individual documents, by images. So in this case, if we wanted to recover this one, in fact, it gives you a little mouse over to show you what the image is in case you need to see that. And then you just select what you want to select, or you can select all. and then hit the recover button. Now when you hit the recover button, it will require you to register the software in order to recover the files. So again, we did the free scan to see if the files are recoverable. If they are, then you'll have to register it in order to recover the files. So I think it's around $29 as of the recording of this video, which is really a good deal compared to some of the other software that I've looked at that's been in a $100 range. And again, I've worked with free software and I just don't get the results I want out of that, or I don't like the fact that I have to do adware type stuff. So anyway, that's how you recover your files, and good luck.